can't join us.
Good morning, shut-ins.
Yo, 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 yo.
Was somebody just trying to go live with you on Instagram? Is that what just happened? As we were like about to go live?
Yeah, that's my boy PJ.
What's up, PJ? Morning, everybody. Happy for you guys to be here.
Why this dude just don't... Good morning,
morning, Amanda,
all the Facebook
Trish.
users out there. That's what you guys all names around there. Facebook users.
How's everyone doing this morning? Today is Ty's Effendi, in case anyone's keeping track. You've got cereal.
This is day 41. Mike and wore 41 different ties.
Hasn't been a repeat yet.
That's a lot of fun y'all could be having.
You're so happy about your cereal. You're so happy.
Let me tell you, Mike to have 41 ties. Just imagine what you could do with 41 ties in a 10 by 10 space with a bed.
I have a lot more than 41 ties. Good
Whoa!
morning, Joanna and Amanda, and everyone else who's. Good morning, Jay. We see
Morning,
you out there.
Amanda. Good morning.
Morning, John, Christina,
Joe.
Ben. Good morning.
Lady J. Amanda.
Yeah, I do have a Fendi tie and a bad attitude, apparently.
It ain't bad. It ain't a bad attitude, I can tell you that.
We have a really surprisingly big show today. So we have Jay Mills, who's a manager for a dispensary out of Washington, D.C. She just got the job. We're super psyched for her. She's going to come on and say hi and talk to us a little bit about it. And plus, like, I don't think we've actually talked to anyone from D.C. Yet, so that'll be really cool to have a...
I think they need to make bigger Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, these are too small. They need to, like, double the size and double the cinnamon and sugar.
Double the crunch.
Exactly. They don't understand. You got to satisfy the... So, listen here. What are they saying?
Shout out to General Mills, who's not...
General Mills.
That's not sponsoring us.
We struggling right now. Everybody's struggling, stuck at home. We need some excitement in our life. You need to up this Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Morning, Ruben and Heather Marie. Heather Marie was on the show last night.
I need to
She
be
did a
able to
great
use
job.
the milk in the bacon dish after. I need to be able to bake a cake with the milk. It got so much cinnamon and sugar.
I don't know who said something about pickled eggs, but I want to hear it. It's too early. He gets his cereal. Look, everyone, look. Can I just tell you, I've decided we need... Before I was just sort of like, yeah, we need a breakfast sponsor, ha ha ha. No. We need regular cereal for him every morning. Look at... He hasn't even eaten any yet. Look how happy he is. This is like it's a completely different show when we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Because I know it's here.
I know. That's it's perfect.
I'll be forgetting.
It's perfect. No, it's like your
Good morning,
it's like your
Rayanne.
super fuel. Like we didn't know. We were giving you gasoline, you needed diesel. We got some diesel in that bowl now.
Yeah, I do like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Good morning, everyone. We really appreciate you being here. So we have a really huge show today. And the first thing I want to talk about, even before that, we're going to have Jay Mills on shortly out of Washington, D.C., and she's really awesome. We're actually going to give away... So in Massachusetts, when you want to go for your medicinal cannabis certificate, license, certificate, whatever, you have to get a recommendation from a medical professional. And then you file with the state with a little thing that says somebody talked with you and says that it's cool. And then you can get it. So the part with the state is like $50, but the part usually with other people can be really expensive. Right? And so there's some folks right now that are bringing it down to like $100, which is super reasonable compared to what it's always been. But there's a lot of people out there that still can't afford that. So we have 3 of these to give away, one over the next 3 days. We're doing this in conjunction with the MassCannabis community, which is a Facebook page. Look at this. I actually had a few seconds Shout out to Mass Cannabis Community. So for today's contest, if you want to win, and it's in honor of Mother's Day, and I recommend that you give it to your favorite mother in your life. But the bottom line is, we have one of these up for grabs. It can either be recertification, or it can be if you're going fresh for your new card, brand new, you've never gone for one before. So for a lot of people, it's too expensive to get, and for a lot of people also, it's one of those things like the recreational dispensaries are closed right now, so all you can get if you want or need cannabis, the only place you can really get it legally is a dispensary, and a lot of folks, it's like a high cost of entry sometimes for a lot of folks. So yes, this is the referral. This is like a free referral. That's what we're giving away today, is a free referral to get your medicinal card. And that can either be if you're a new patient or if you need to get a renewal. If it's almost time for you to, it's a free appointment for a certification or a recertification, whatever the case may be. Thank you, Heather. Thanks for making that really short and sweet.
When I was getting my card,
I needed you like 2 minutes ago.
when I was getting my card, it was $250.
Right, exactly, right? And when you go for the renewal, a lot of times it's around the same price too. It depends on where you go, but it's still really expensive. So this is really awesome. So I showed you this logo. If you want to be eligible for this, everyone right now go out, and if you haven't already, this is a group. It's called Mass Cannabis Community. It's a group, not a page. You can follow both of them, but you have to follow the group if you want to take part in this contest, this giveaway that we're doing over the next 3 days. So it's today, tomorrow, and Sunday in honor of Mother's Day. And this is all thanks right now to Kathleen McKinnon. And I want to make sure that I get her company name right. But we'll make sure. We're actually going to have Jen Dudley on from Little Jen. We're going to have Little Jen on the show today, finally. She's coming on. She runs... yeah, exactly. Jen Knifer.
She's been on the show.
Right at the beginning?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to get the good ones out of the way. She's going to come on the show later, and she's going to tell us all about it. Yeah, I know in other states it's super cheap. In Massachusetts, it's like super expensive.
Somebody said, when y'all going to do infused cereal? I'm wondering too, so I can get some.
Well, there are lots of folks out there that make infused cereal, so if somebody wants to send us some and talk with us, we can do something cool and give them shout outs and stuff. We'll take some. I've seen some out there. It's like infused Lucky Charms and stuff.
Good morning, Jody.
Kathleen probably wants to shoot me right now, and I think it's because, I don't know, I had been trying to look for people's logos this morning. I actually set up a bunch of them. So it's Kathleen Miller McKinnon, and she and her new company, and it's, so by the way, this is for both Massachusetts and Rhode Island. This is actually going to be good for Rhode Island, I believe, because they're offering a cool special right now for like $100. So for people who don't win, instead of it being like $250 right now, they're doing it for $100. And I'm in the middle of finding somebody for both you and Nick the intern to recertify you guys. Nice. So we'll get that out of the way. And we're going to try to do like a fun thing where we just show a little bit of it on air. You guys can sign away all your HIPAA rights.
What?
And, but no, this is really cool. This is actually like a legit thing, because a lot of people, I don't have a medicinal card. You need a recertification. It's like everyone kind of, this is a really good prize for a lot of people.
And it's good because now you don't have to, you can go to the dispensary.
So we pinned the, thank you, Scott,
the essentials. I can tell you who makes them off air. What you talking about, the cereal?
It's Fendi. What you talking
Hell yeah, Nate.
So you have to be a Mass Cannabis community member, which means you have to go and apply to this Facebook group that's pinned to the stuff right now. Right, everyone kind of needs this, whether you need a renewal or you need one, and you probably know somebody that wants one and they can't afford this. So
and
this
you don't want to. You don't want to wait
stuff.
till the price go back up.
And forgive me, I'm on Kathleen's page and I'm trying to find her company name, and I should know it. I'm so sorry, Kathleen. Kathleen's been on the show.
You don't want to wait till the price go back up to get a card.
And I just
Why
don't want to
not
butcher
just get one now?
I don't want to butcher the Somebody in the comments tell me what her company name is. I don't want to say it the wrong way, and then people go looking for the wrong thing.
Don't say it wrong. Don't.
Morning, Rodney. Good morning, Hako.
That's what's up, Nate.
Nate. What's up, Nate?
Can't
Nate's
wait
here early. And Vanessa.
try.
No, this is a Fendi tie. It's not a Batman tie. Yeah, even getting the card for 100 is cool, but getting it free over the next 3 days is super cool. Or being able to gift that to somebody, even if you already have your card. And this is good for Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
Oh, you can get gift cards?
Alternative wellness, I think, is alternative wellness centers. So we'll find the link for that. But we're giving this away over the next 3 days. And actually, when Jen comes on later, she's going to tell you guys all about it. We'll have the link by then. Because if you don't win and you want a card, it's $100, and you just need to be a MassCannabis community member. So join that group. You're probably already in it, but if you're not, just join it, and then you're eligible for the contest. If we somehow draw your name, and Jen is actually going to check, so if you're not actually... And you have to make sure you like our page, not just follow. For those of you that are like just following, that's weird. You need to like our page. You're here every day.
There's a lot of eyes out there. They just want to look.
And by the way, for people out of state, like...
bunch of haters watching.
There's... A lot of states have reciprocal stuff, so a lot of times, like, you had an out-of-state ID, but you still got a Texas... I'm sorry. You still got a Massachusetts card, even when you had an out-of-state ID.
Yeah,
right?
It's just like, you just got to have 2 forms of identification.
And then a lot of times, most states let you have an out-of-state medical card when you travel. So that card was, in theory, good for you all over the place. Well, I know we're not traveling. Nobody's traveling right now. But at some point... yeah, in Hako, that's exactly it. This is because it's like there's Mother's Day, but there's a lot of people's birthdays coming up and stuff. So this would be this is like a really cool gift. And this isn't like the kind of gift
Robert
that you
said,
eat.
"Oh, so as a card holder, I could win and regift it."
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I'm already a member and a serial killer like Eric. Oh, I see what you did there. Serial killer. Eric Sawyer found your Nebraska football card on eBay. He bought it. He's now your biggest fan. First of all, who's selling my cards on eBay without my permission? That's what I want to know. You need to report that seller and tell him, yo, Eric didn't give you permission to sell these. I'm finna end up like OJ. Well, not like what he did, but like when he went back to jail. Not the first thing. He went back to jail for stealing his own memorabilia from a place. He's selling my memorabilia, making money off of me. I could have just gave you a card for free. What's good? What card do still get any gummies? Yeah, I shouldn't make OJ phrases, huh? Who you regifting it to, Rodney? Me? Cause I definitely could use that regift.
All right, so normally right now I'm in a rush to start the contest. Instead, I'm gonna get Jen Dudley on with us right now before we bring on Jay Mills, so that Jen can talk about the contest, and then we got to figure out how people are going to win it today, so this way people can do stuff. But I wanted to let everyone know that no matter what, you needed to make sure that you're following MassCannabis community for like straight up. Before do that now, get that out of the way before the contest even starts, because you gotta. Jen's gonna check. So right now, let's bring on Jen Dudley from MassCannabis community, and she can talk all about this really cool giveaway, because it's like a timely thing. We're doing it over the next 3 days up through Mother's Day.
Just know if Rodney won, I won. He giving me his.
Jen Dudley, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you back.
Hi guys, how are you? Yeah, I think it was the first day that you actually did the show that you surprise called me.
Wait.
It was nice.
Wait, that's Jennifer?
Yeah.
Wait, your last name Dudley? Oh.
Yeah, it's not Knifer.
Oh, that's weird. Well, hey, Jen Dudley. No, I like Knifer better.
I do too. It's an alias. It works that way.
I'm going with Knifer.
But yeah, the group is great. Thanks for mentioning us. I wanted to say you have to join the group because you need the email that's on our group in order to message alternative wellness centers to get the $100 offer. You can't just email them and be like, "Hey, I'm a member." That's not how it's gonna work.
Got it. Okay, so that's super cool. And so right now the deal is that if they join the group and then they have to message the group, right?
Yep, there's a post up with the actual email that you need to message Kathleen McKinnon, who is an amazing human. I love what she's done for our community. When you message her, you explain to her whether it's new or renew. They're doing both. It's a $100 offer. We are working on the Rhode Island email at the moment. I've yet to receive the email, but it will get there where we also now have included the Rhode Island members. So it's pretty nice. I know some places are doing $100 deals, not all of them though. And right now, before the Charlie Baker lifts the ban on May 18th, you don't need to do an in-house visit with the doctor. It's all done online. So it's easy.
Oh, so it's actually if you want to get one, it's actually probably preferable to do it now before they lift the ban, because once you lift the ban, you might have to go in person to somebody instead of doing virtual.
I need to resume those face-to-face meetings with the doctor. Right now, it is not face-to-face due to COVID-19, so it's easier to get this process done in almost instant. So it's really nice.
That's awesome. So Jen, I think the deal is that, you know, today we're going to give one away, tomorrow we're going to give one away, and then Sunday we're going to give one away, which is really awesome.
You have to follow and like both group and the Disrupt America page. I'll be watching.
And also everyone, make sure you like wellness centers too. We've got the link up there too. But you know, Jen, obviously the requirement is that you have to be a member of the MCC group, because that's what's going to give you the code. So, Jen,
we're hoping
go ahead.
This helps launch our nonprofit organization as well. So that's what we're really looking forward to. So this is a great opportunity for everybody, including us.
That's awesome. So
nice.
Jen, you know how our contests normally work, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts or recommendations on what would make for a good contest today?
Uh-oh.
Let us know why you need it.
Why what?
Let
us know why you need the card.
Oh.
All right. So here's what I'm going to make it is you're going to tag somebody and then you're going to write why you need the card. You're going to say I need a free.
Who's picking it?
I need a free. We're going to let Jen pick it. So Jen, you're going to have to watch the comments the whole thing, okay?
Now you can feel like
whether you're gifting it to somebody or you need it for yourself, just a little tiny sentence of like why.
And Jen, you can't just pick your buddy. You better pick somebody.
No.
Hey Jen, there's an important question.
I know I'm not going to choose because it's going to look funny.
There's an important question.
If somebody else decides to choose somebody else tomorrow or Sunday, there's still 2 other chances. But I'm going to veer away from my friends. I'm going to make it fair.
This is an
whatever the best
okay
reason is. I'd love to read it.
Okay. It's an important question, Jen. Are you related to the Dudley boys?
To the what?
I guess not.
The Dudley, nah. I guess. Well, everybody in the comments was asking. The Dudley boys is wrestlers.
No, so the Dudleys is my married name. So I'm not related to anybody really. I just haven't changed my last name. My real last name is Shula, which is spelled Ciulla.
Well, you didn't have to spell it. We don't want people stalking.
Whatever.
And Jen, what's the last 4 of your social?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. So Jen, this is awesome. So here's the deal: is you guys, if you want to win this, you tag somebody in the comments. Doesn't matter who it is, and then write why you need this prize.
All right, Rodney, get to it, Rodney.
It could just be to save you some money. It could be because you want it to gift it to your mom for Mother's Day. It could be for somebody's birthday.
No answer is wrong.
There's no wrong answer. So just put why you need it. But Jen's going to be looking, and Jen promises not to play favorites and just give it to somebody because
she doesn't have a favorite anyway. Because I'm the favorite
anyway. So she'll be watching the comments, everyone. She'll be looking through. So you guys start and bring. This is huge. This is kind of huge. There's not many places there's the $100 deals are out there, but to get a free one, this is kind of a big deal, and often they're not like available. The contest usually isn't open to everyone for these kind of things. A lot of times it's like for vets only.
All right, Ruben, I'm waiting.
Yeah, we're very lucky to have this opportunity to be able to share it with you guys. We didn't even take it ourselves. I paid for my card. I got my card because I'm a pot smoking parent, and I just feel like it's another level of protection for me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's many reasons to why it's good to have a card, and it's not just going to the dispensary.
Yeah.
You can also extend your grow limit. It's a 60-day supply, so as long as you keep it under 99 plants, no feds get involved.
Jim, make sure you read this comment.
Anywhere where cigarettes are allowed to be smoked, and actually, there's a clause, a little bit of one that Grant was discussing, where you may be able to smoke even if you're not allowed to smoke cigarettes if it's under your card. So there's a lot to it. Having a medical card, a lot of benefits, discounts up the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
Rodney, make sure you read Rodney's comment. He said, I picked Eric Martin because if I don't tag him, he's going to beat me up. So just understand Rodney's life is in your hands.
Dude, I like watching fights. That's not a good reason.
Damn, Rodney. You better come up with something better.
Drink that elderberry. It's so good for you.
Take a shot of that?
Well, it's really weird. The smell makes me think it's going to be really bad, and then every time it actually tastes good. Well, not good. It tastes like some
I
like
don't
nasty.
It tastes like Christmas that you're not really supposed to eat, but it still kind of tastes good. It tastes like something.
I thought the same thing. It does taste like Christmas, like those like the decorations on your table,
Mm-hmm.
the cinnamony smelling ones.
Jen, we appreciate you coming on. So we're gonna let you go so that you can start watching all the comments because there's a ton coming through.
I know they're scrolling by. I'm trying to read them behind the camera. It's hard. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
We'll talk to you soon, Jen.
Have a good one.
Bye, guy.
Just got my card yesterday. What would you buy? And why you ain't give me none? Don't be bragging. Don't come in the comments bragging that you got your card if you ain't sharing what you bought or ain't giving us none as a gift for being your entertainment for the morning. My bad. I had to let that out. People in here acting stingy.
He's kidding. He just had his cereal.
Don't be taking stuff I say serious. Please, look at it. I got to repeat
Only
this.
some people do.
Yeah, I got to make sure I repeat this. People, do not take what I say serious and do not take the way I act on here as the way I act in public when you see me.
Isn't it stupid you got to give that disclaimer?
Yeah, don't be in public talking about, oh, Eric, do the thing you do. No, I'm not. I'm not a circus animal in public. Only on camera.
Right.
That's right.
Aren't you entertained?
Yeah.
Hey, so Shia LaBeouf is on
he's
Instagram.
been logged off.
Is he on here?
I don't know.
Better be.
Adam ain't logged in.
Shout out to
either.
Rebecca. Rebecca made it early today. Shout out to Rob and Rianne's watching. Thanks, Rianne.
Rayanne watches every day.
Appreciate that. And Karina.
Rayanne
Nick the
is
intern
loyal.
validated it. Jason
Loyal.
Jason Lord is here.
Yeah, you're right, Robert. I do need a smoke. You're damn skippy. Because it's not fair. People getting their cards. People buying weed now for free with no problem. And I got to sit and wait for the adult dispensary to open for me to get my stuff. I ain't got no card, so who gonna help me get a card? That's cold. Y'all messed up. I do this for y'all every morning, 41 days in a row, and ain't nobody once offered, hey, Eric, would you like to get a card?
Yeah, Trish, we saw you. I saw you watching Coffee Time. Appreciate you watching Chris's show. Rick's show was last night. He had a good show, and Heather Marie, who's one of our super fans, one of our top fans, she was on it.
Our first double winner.
Heck yeah, she was. I think she won more than twice, actually.
Rebecca, I don't think it matters when we race. Rebecca,
but that's an excellent question. So Rebecca, who's also one of our super fans, asked when Eric and Shai are racing on camera, and that's going to be May 16th. Put it on your calendars. Today's May 1st. 16-day countdown right now, starting now. Everyone asks, "Hey Eric, how long of a race is it going to be?" Your answer is, it's going to be as
However
long
many donuts I eat.
right. So right now we're at 2 donuts. So the race is going to be he's just going to take his time and race and eat 2. Right now it's 2 donuts.
My man's
Right now it's
been
2
prepping.
donuts.
I ain't been doing nothing. Every day sitting here waking up for y'all.
So we're going to do it and help you with what? So
Help me with what? Heather
Nathan
Marie?
Nathan Andrade
I don't know what you're talking about.
is asking who the breakfast sponsor was today, and to
Today
be fair, it was actually Healthy
was
Futures Farms.
Healthy Futures Farms, and they endorsed
General
Cinnamon-
Mills.
General Mills,
The
who
organic-
provided the Cinnamon Toast Crunch to us.
Yeah, Nate. As long as you were asking, Nate, the sponsor for today's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that GMO cereal.
Oh, I
was-
don't think they wanted to hear
Nah,
that.
we're just kidding. We're just kidding. No, they gave you that because they love you, despite the fact that it is not necessarily the healthiest breakfast for you.
They was like, look,
That's
it's
'cause
not
that is how much
healthy
they
for
love
you,
you.
but
That
we
is how
want
much
you
they
to
love you.
survive at least 2 more
And
days.
they want you to be happy.
At
And
least
look
2
at that.
more days.
You ate some cereal and you're.
Exactly.
We're having such a great show today. It's
Exactly.
been like 2 weeks since we had like a fun.
Every day
Usually
we
it's
do
like a
this.
little draggy, not draggy, but just
Every day. I guarantee if
2
we
donut
stop,
race.
if we
It's a
stop
2
one
donut
day,
race.
y'all had a worse day ever. It'd be like the day after tomorrow if we didn't show up tomorrow.
It's totally going to be a 2 donut race. I think you were saying that if they were like Krispy Kreme donuts, you could probably get down like 6 of them. No, you didn't say 6. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you were like you were like way more donuts. It's Krispy Kreme. It's those like little donuts you can just like.
If y'all didn't forget, y'all supposed to be tagging somebody.
Yeah, doesn't anyone want the free medical license even to give away? That's a huge
It's all
gift.
cool. Jen
want it.
said I'm her favorite anyway. So at the end of the day, if she don't like what none of y'all got to say, she's just gonna give it to me. And taxes take half anyway, so giving it to me is the best option in the world.
Yeah, hey Jay, I don't know why. I think somebody may have accidentally turned that off. Maybe. Because I noticed that Jay doesn't say top fans over all of your names.
Y'all not top fans no more. Guess y'all wasn't doing enough. That's what happens when you don't like and share and comment on the stream. Y'all
Y'all
you end
fell
up
off the list.
Yeah, you end up losing your badge. That's what happens. Maybe if y'all was doing a little bit more in the comments and liking and sharing, we wouldn't have this issue. But now Zuck is like, hey, your page fell off. People not really messing with y'all like y'all used to.
So supposedly Nick the intern at some point is actually going to have some merch ready for us. But before then, if anyone actually wants to support us without
Oh
spending any
dang!
money-
Katrina said maybe taxes are the problem. nobody is doing the giveaway. Hey, Katrina, you don't be putting that type of business out there. You keep that stuff to yourself. If you don't, just because you don't fall for it, don't mean somebody else won't. You messing up the hustle. Dang! I'm trying to get some jam. I'm trying to get $50 on a gift card, $48. You feel me? I need my car stuff settled. Jason Lower tagged Sarah V and said, I want the medical car. Single dad consume a lot of cannabis, would be utilized often. Don't be trying to throw the single dad thing in there. Hey, look at here. Look, it's plenty single dads in this world, Jason. Don't be trying to use that. I'm a single dad too. I got one little one too. His name is Coda. He bad. You ain't the only one with single dad problem. You trying to throw that out there, single dad. You think you slick. But that was a good one though, Jason. But you think you slick though. You think you slick. What do we have to comment and where? I'm so confused. And who do we tag? You tag a friend and you comment why they need it, why they need the medical, why you or them need the medical card. And Jen is gonna pick and decide if she likes your comment, which most likely she won't. So don't get your hopes up, JT. Just comment and be a willing participant.
So I don't know what happened to Facebook, but for some reason we only have one top fan, and I don't ever necessarily see him on the show, so I don't know how he became a top fan in the first place. But
Damn.
We can't control it. Facebook just puts whoever is considered a top fan in there.
That's cold. Facebook.
There's one dude. We have one top fan. Sorry, the rest of you. Facebook all demoted you.
Damn.
Um,
Nah, I'm just messing with you, Jason. I know you gonna use it, man.
So yeah, today's giveaway is by Alternative Wellness Centers.
Well, I guess all y'all learn now. All y'all top fans will learn that y'all need to do a little bit more. Now that y'all ain't got y'all badges no more, now y'all got to put in some more effort. We don't know how, but hey, that ain't our problem. Y'all just got to figure it out. Y'all got to do more. Do a little bit more likes. Do a little bit more shares. Do a little bit more comments. Maybe it'll work. Who knows?
Maybe
you can inbox Mike.
Maybe you can.
You can just send him a bunch of messages. Maybe that'll help.
No, maybe if you
You
went,
can just spam his inbox.
Maybe
because it's already spam.
Maybe you could invite some of your friends to the page. That would be cool.
Or
spam Mike in his inbox. Do that too. That should help. That'll definitely help.
Just go ahead and hit that inbox and just send whatever's on your mind.
And if somebody's watching from the MassCan community, make sure you're accepting people into the group, because I can see that there's folks from the show that are trying to, like new folks that are actually trying to get in. So,
Hey, pay attention, MassCannabis community. Don't have us shouting you out and don't be accepting folks. What's wrong with y'all?
All right, so
what's up, Jack? Jack was the dude we called out for always sharing the post, and then he finally came on. I don't need permission. Oh, I don't need permission to smoke. I don't ask to be
poisoned.
What the fuck?
Maybe he's talking about cigarettes or something.
We have been zucked. Exactly. Correct. So, yeah, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all want to,
Yeah, see, Nikki's got the right point. See, this would make a great Mother's Day gift, and you should totally tell all your friends about it.
Okay, Nikki, I see you. You trying to do, and you knew Jen was a mom too, so I see what you doing, Nikki. You think you slick. Look at Jen gonna end up picking Nikki watch. She did the whole Mother's Day. She slid that in distress and relief because Jen was talking about you not slick, Nikki. We see you. I think my computer is dying. Well, get it on the charger.
But we definitely appreciate it when you guys like the show. We appreciate it when you can share it out. And also, you should tag a friend or two to come in. If you're hanging out with us every day, you should let some of your friends know.
Let them know
to come and
come in here so
I
can talk some mess to them and get them all mad.
Yeah, have them come in and be like,
yeah, that's what y'all
what's
should
going
do.
on in here?
Tag a friend that you know that's sensitive.
Tag your sensitive friend to come watch the show.
and then tag me to get on them and make them even more.
Yeah. Eric will do that for free. You don't need to donate anything to anything.
Oh yeah, because I love to see all the caps. Because when you type it in all caps, it's hard to spell correctly. You try to type fast and mad.
That angry typing.
Katrina said, "Don't hate the players, hate the game." Eric, who's a player? Wait, what you talking about?
I think they're saying that they're the players.
Oh,
maybe.
I'm confused.
And thanks to Jessica for watching the show. So I'm going to have Jessica come on and have some fun with us.
Thank you, Jessica, for watching the show. Good thing you logged on yesterday to win.
Pearson Crosby is coming on in a little bit too, by the way. Live from Alaska.
Who?
Pearson Crosby. Remember the dude from Alaska?
Oh, yeah, the vet.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he got some king crab for us. He probably, hell no. He doing shit.
Pearson watches sometimes. But I think it's like crazy early over there, so usually it means he's staying up all night. I don't know how he does it. I guess I do. He's just beast mode out there.
Say
in
God is
Alaska.
that
That's
you. What
it
is you
is.
talking about, Nick? Amanda, you gotta say why they won it. Why you deserve to win.
Hmm. Yeah, so we're gonna have him on in a little bit, and then we're gonna have Jay Mills on. I think she's running a little late, but that's fine because she just started a new job.
What? And she decided to come on here?
Well, because it's a cannabis job, so she's manager of a dispensary out in D.C.
Oh yeah, that's what she was saying. Hopefully she can send us some.
Yeah, exactly. Or that we can like just swing through when we're
Need
driving
this
through.
card.
We can go visit Jessica down in Virginia.
I need this car so I can be in the right state of mind to put up with my baby mama. Oh my God, Ruben. What? Sorry, I think my computer is being killed by this show. Oh, well, thank you for that, Scott. We appreciate that, Scotty Too Hotty. Get back to work. I think
Jen, look, Scott's like looking at Jen's comment right now, being like, "That's right. That's right. It's tough. You don't even know. I've been doing this for 41 days straight.
You don't even know how hard it is.
This is
to
just
look
one
back
day
with
for
these
you right now.
comments,
This is
but
just
keep
one
'em
day."
coming. Yeah, Jen.
You
Get
know
used
what?
to
You
it.
know what, everyone? Double down on the comments for Jen.
Yeah,
So
make
everyone
it
just
rough
start-
on her. Just start putting anything and tagging anybody. Make it rough on her. Make this contest so hard that she don't even want to do another one.
And also, mash the little heart button if you love Jen. Keep mashing it for a few minutes for her. 'Cause she's watching. She's watching in the chat. So
So
help
she
her
can
out. Let her see all
everything.
Let her, what? Let her see all those
What?
hearts. I know, right?
Oh, so he's saying Nick. He's saying. Well, yeah, I
Who
don't know.
knows? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's inappropriate. If Nick the intern's commenting stuff in the comments, I'm sure it's inappropriate.
JT said, Jessica, I want to get the medical card for my girlfriend so I can get lucky. Whoa, okay, yeah. Shout out to my dog JT. He want to get the card so he can get lucky. That's an honest man right there. You can't beat honesty.
See, look
I
at
would
Amanda
re-gift
Joseph's
to
comment. That's how you
Angela,
win the contest.
who have been my
That's
rock through a difficult year, helped me organize countless community events, and her card just expired.
right. That's the kind of I don't know. I mean, we're not.
Ooh, Amanda was coming with the heat.
We
She burning the comments right now.
we're not choosing who wins, but if I were Jen, that would be a tough one.
I don't know. You can't beat JT's honesty though. He said he want to get lucky for his. You can't beat that. I don't care.
And look, Sheila's got a good one too. Everyone's got some good.
I need my renewal card. Trust and believe. The struggle is real. Tag Eric Martin. Cancer recovery patient. Miss Sheila Duff.
Sheila's a fan who's always watching us all the time too.
She can't beat. You can't beat recovery. She recovered from cancer. You can't beat that. That's
Scott's back up
that's
and
the
running
toughest
because
they
he finally
come.
just liked the stream. Yeah, people, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please do. We appreciate it. Belkis Sarmiento, thanks for liking the stream, buddy.
Of
Jump
course,
into the
Jen.
comments. You can
I
win.
always got love for
So everyone, if you're just joining us, you can win. You can
Jen
win a free
said,
medical
"I don't
card,
see
free
Amanda's
medical
comment.
certification.
What
Free
the
medical
fuck?
certification.
She said, I don't see Amanda's comment. What the fuck?
Oh, that's because Amanda's probably on your page, not on Disrupt America. This is the problem with not having Scott.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jen, you have to read it on screen in our stream. That's what you should really do.
Hey.
I'm going to type it, though. I can't do this very
How you
often.
doing?
But, Jen, here, I'm going to give it to you right now. I don't know if that went through or not. Who knows? I try.
Leah, I'm a stoner, want the car for free, so more money for Bud. Ooh, okay, Jason, coming with the honesty. Yay, gin season now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Amanda, no, that's smart.
I am here for you, love you. Oh, that's so cute, Amanda, Angela.
I'm hungry.
You guys are so cute in the comments. I can't take it.
Yeah.
Amanda said, "No, I'm on Disrupt America. I left Eric's page when I couldn't see the comments." Yeah, my page ain't got no comments. My page is for attraction. It's to get you to look. Whoever wins, can I add to the prize? I'll do a one-on-one Zoom video chat with the winner to teach them how to cook. Would that help?
Who's saying that?
Rodney.
For today?
You talking about for today, Rodney?
Rodney, I think actually, Rodney, why don't we save that for part of the big thing giveaway that we're doing with the sneakers, and we got to talk with Ralph Greenberg, but he was saying that he was going to give us something from hemp to be a part of the fundraising contest too. So, but Rodney, why? Because that's kind of special. Why don't we make that a special prize? Because otherwise, you need to start doing that every day because we give away prizes every day. So let's
my
save
card
it.
so that my girlfriend can make me keto munchies at all hours of the day and night. Jay coming with more heat.
Um,
Scott logged out and took a break. This is his first break in 41 days, and I don't know how I feel about that. But
our super fan finally got a break in the middle of a show.
Scott, we gonna have to talk after this, my
No,
brother.
look, Scott's peppering the things with all kinds of stuff.
I don't know.
All right, so so I'm really excited because I've been admiring her stuff from afar. But up next we have Jay Mills coming on from Washington D.C.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna try to read it because the text on the screen is really little. But you're the manager of. I'm sorry. Tell me the
Herbal
Go ahead.
Herbal Alternatives Dispensary.
All right, so on right now, and Jay Mills, welcome to the show. I'm so psyched to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and Jay, you actually are brand new at the position of you just got that job. Is that right?
Yes, this is my first time working as a manager on the dispensary side. I have my professional start working as a manager of a cultivation center. So it's
dope.
just so exciting to really truly be able to see it from seed to sale and influence the patient's decision-making process all along the way.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so, where in DC are you guys located?
We're in DuPont Circle,
Okay.
Northwest 1710 Rhode Island Avenue. Open every day.
Nice. And so, and forgive me if this is a stupid question, but are you guys medicinal or rec? So we don't really know the situation in DC.
DC is fully medicinal only.
Okay.
No rec in
All right.
the stores.
Gotcha. And so, do you need to get a card in DC to be able to come in?
Well, we accept all medical patients who have a card.
Okay.
From any state that issues medical cards. So
Oh, that's
California, Nevada, Alaska, Maine, Massachusetts, Florida.
That's awesome because on today's show for at least for Massachusetts and Rhode Island, we're giving away a free certification to folks so they don't have to pay because around here it's pretty expensive to get the certification.
Oh, great. So when they're in DC, they can come check us out.
Heck yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And we're reciprocal to your cards too. So for folks in DC, when you come to Massachusetts, I think most medical places are totally happy with letting you in as long as you got that card on you, right? Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. I look forward to coming up to Boston.
So Jay, are you guys finding in DC that there's more people going out for their medical cards now that everyone's sort of being told to stay at home and
Well, they just recently changed the process for DC to make it a lot easier for you to register online. Same with telemedicine, so you don't even have to leave your house. It's very easy to obtain your card now versus in the recent past. And also, as of last week, they passed legislation which now allows for delivery and curbside pickup. So another, point of access that allows people to have the opportunity to shop at a dispensary.
Yeah, heck, oh, that's amazing, especially for patients and like people who really need that and might have already had difficulty getting out of the house before all this started, right?
Yeah, I mean, as I like to refer them as legacy growers or legacy producers, legacy owners of cannabis businesses, as in those who have been doing it before there was a license to do it. People now kind of want more than what a lot of these legacy options used to have, especially, once it's with dispensaries having better flowers. I don't know how it was in Massachusetts, but, it took a little while for our growers to, I think, really get a handle on this environment and putting out quality genetics consistently, that the patients want. So it's a lot of different things that are happening all at the same time. And this virus, I think, is allowing people also to just, one, realize that weed is essential. It's essential. If there's one thing people need, it's weed. And the idea of it being recreational, I think now we're seeing that the idea of what is recreational is actually medicinal. It's whether it's taking a walk or smoking a J, it's good for your mental health. It's medicine, it's medicinal, it's therapeutic, and it needs to be protected and respected. And I'm really happy to see all the different expansions happening to allow people access and patients access. And I hope that somehow, I'm only worried because as the access for the patients expands, the access for people who want to open a business declines. So it'll be very interesting to see how people who are waiting for permits or waiting for licenses to get approved, people who might have just opened and didn't even get a chance to get that. A lot of businesses are on some shaky grounds right now. So it'll be interesting to see who exists there.
Yeah, well, and even in Massachusetts, recreational is not considered essential, so only medicinal is. But at least on the cultivation and manufacturing side, they said as long as you're producing stuff, they're actually allowing rec cultivators and manufacturers to produce stuff for the medicinal side. And that's the only way that those rec sides can even stay open from that standpoint. But on the dispensary side, they're not allowed to be open right now, which means that if you're a big business that came in with huge money, and I get it, it's lost revenue, right? And so it hurts everyone. But a company, folks like that can handle this a lot better than like your small business owner or small business that's trying to that finally got their shot to open up a rec shop, and now all of a sudden you're forced to be closed, and it's just devastating for a lot of folks out there.
Yeah, it really, really is. Again, only time can tell what's going to happen on the other end of this crazy COVID quarantine time.
So Jay, speaking of the crazy COVID quarantine time, obviously for a lot of us, and I don't know how it was in DC, but at least in the Northeast and in a lot of places, a lot of us were always busy with cannabis events and social gatherings and all of that stuff. And so, out in your neck of the woods, I know we're all doing these Zoom meetings, and they kind of, I mean, I'm all zoomed out, to be honest with you, especially the normal looking Zoom stuff with 40 people in there, and it's but on your out in DC, there's always been a lot of activism and a lot of community based stuff and a lot of effort around getting economic empowerment because especially DC is when you want to talk about the war on drugs, DC is definitely one of those spots in the nation that has been adversely affected on that stuff. So now that we're all shut in, activism becomes a little bit more difficult. How, have you noticed, in some states are sort of treating stuff where they're trying to make it easier for everyone, but for other states, I think stuff starts to grind to a halt. So what's...
Oh, yeah.
How is
it's been very difficult when it comes to that aspect. In addition to the legalization that we've really been pushing forward with shrooms with shrooms, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself, with weed.
Yeah.
In cannabis, we're also looking to do that with shrooms. In DC, we had gotten it approved to be on, we just needed signatures to get it on the ballot to decriminalize not just shrooms, but also ayahuasca and peyote and all of the different endogenic fungus and plants.
Mm-hmm.
So that's major. That's really major. And we were making great strides. We had all these athletes, former Stanley Cup winners, who were talking about the benefits of the just total mental reset that you can find with a psychedelic trip.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we couldn't gather those signatures because COVID, it just wasn't safe for the collectors. It wasn't safe for the people who were collecting them from. However, they're testing out now something that up until this point, no lawmaker wanted, which was online voting, online signatures, online signature collection, and things like that actually being approved within the Board of Election process. So in terms of activism, one, with wherever you're at, just kind of look at pushing that access. I think a lot of activism comes in the inability for people to meet a lot of these different things. Like now that you can tune into your council meeting online with everybody coming in online, and it's different from, just kind of watching it on the CCTV network, going to the DC website. It was kind of mucked up. But now the access to a lot of these things are coming to people. So again, with states being different, the structure of how your local township or whatever it is that you're living in, how to get that on the page that you want it to be on for cannabis. I'm sorry, I'm moving. I'm on my way to work.
No, that's awesome. It looks so cool too with your virtual background because you're like dipping all over the place. It's awesome. It's like a weird effect. I like it.
My first book. But yeah, so just looking up, and if they're not doing any type of online signature collection or online meetings or things like that, push for that. If they are, look and see what causes are up on the plate that might be on the verge of getting swept under the table, and how you can use this time with everybody being a captive audience to push the things that you want. Mm-hmm. Push the politicians that are doing your cause. Reach out to those politicians in this downtime that everybody has. Educate them with whatever it is that you're doing, On the activism and political tip, I do think that it's actually a good time.
Okay.
Because I'm a focus.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think a lot of people have a little bit more time and less distractions, I guess, right?
Yeah. But I
Jay,
it is hard to stay focused, though. I can relate.
Jay, I want to hear about your books. So obviously that's one in your virtual background. Tell us about your books, and this way our super fan can he'll look them up and we'll link to them for you in the comments. So tell us about them.
So I created these manuals to give people an easily digestible entrance into the world of cannabis. Okay. Book 1 is Understanding the Science of Cannabis. This is the one that I gave to my parents. My dad is like an anti-drug person. Me going in the weed industry, with this book, I can use. Oh, I'm sorry. With this book, I can actually use my last name without fear of being associated with my father and his drug-resistant life, because it explains how the science of cannabis and how it's medicine, from the endocannabinoid system to terpenes and how they work as an entourage effect with the cannabinoids to bring you medicine. Also, all the different forms of medicine that cannabis can take. Dealing with people who are coming to dispensaries, it's so overwhelming for so many to just have so many choices, and then understand, one, what flavor should I choose? Okay, so once you get to that, boom, but what form should I take it in? Do I want it as a flower? Do I want it as a tincture? Do I want it as wax, pen, shatter, rosin? What am I doing with it? Mm-hmm. So that's what book 1 is all about, the science of how this came to be medicine and how you can take this medicine. What is the difference in the length of time that you may be high if you take it as an edible versus if you smoke it? Versus if you wear it as a topical? Versus if you drink it raw as juice? How do these different things affect your experience with the same plant, same, chemical makeup, but very different experience based on how you take it? Mm-hmm. The next book 2, gets into the genetics. I really was so excited to write this one. I studied being a sommelier in order to really fully transcribe what I feel is necessary for people to understand the importance of genetics and how different they are and the environment that they grew in, and how, just like with grapes, if it's not grown in this particular region, you just can't call it that. If it's not, it's sparkling wine if it's not from the Champagne region, you know?
Right.
It's just, some wines don't even get to be named. They're just red wine. They're just, to even be a named grape, there's a very specific process that you go through to be a new world wine, and just seeing how deep they went into it with the whole terroir and which house is making this wine. And oh man, it just made me think this is exactly like weed. Shout out to CBZ, shout out to Jungle Brothers, shout out to Dr. Stravinsky, and all these different folks who are coming up with these amazing genetics. And then the other truth that we see was like, okay, so yeah, Sunset Sherbet, that's the flavor. Girl Scout cookies, oh, that's beautiful. But that name, just because I don't even care if you got a cut from Cookies Fam themselves. You grow it and you want to tell me that this is cookie. It's not. But better than tell you, I can show you this book too. Show you genetics, show you how it grows naturally in its wild form from the very beginning, from the central part of Asia, your original Kushes. See that beautiful wild plant that just nature just made, all the way around to the very first crosses with the original haze, the original Kush, Sour Diesel, Northern Lights, White Widow, all these different founding blocks that now have been so crisscrossed to these poly hybrids that we have now. But understanding how these things came to be, and also seeing from the right growers themselves what it's supposed to look like. So similarly to being a sommelier and you get a cup of wine, you should be able to know what this is. If you give me a bud, I should be able to know what it is. If you tell me a name, I can tell you if it's not. Mm-hmm. So with these two books, I feel that these are what's necessary to start the connoisseur like level of understanding the plant. Book 3 is the basics of cultivation. And I've been on hold for releasing it. COVID. I thought about doing it online, but I really like doing it in real life. In DC, where it's legal to grow, I like to do a clone share, seed share, as I do this third book about the basics of cannabis cultivation.
That's awesome. It's so cool to connect with you, because a lot of this, a lot of the stuff you're doing, there's folks out here in Massachusetts that are doing similar stuff, but it's just really cool to see awesome stuff going on in DC, and to see like a strong woman who's having success across like right? Like you're not just managing a dispensary now, you've got multiple books out, you're waiting to put out your third one. And that's amazing to see people, pushing through and shining, especially during times when when for some people it's a struggle right now. So it's really cool to see you doing well. And
thank you.
Yeah, it's really, and so by the way, when the pandemic is all over, we're going to be rolling through DC, so hopefully we can stop and say hi, and we'll have medical cards. We'll actually be able to come in and say hi, and maybe we can hang out for a little bit, and that would be really cool.
Yes, you definitely got to come check us out, man. We got the best selection in the city.
I need some weed.
The Connoisseurs Dispensary got some great weed there.
No, we're totally into the craft side of stuff. There's not enough of that, and that's kind of a thing, right? With big dispensaries, a lot of times, compliance and making money kind of gets in the way of stuff, and they end up popping out, stuff that isn't as awesome as it could be. So we're really psyched. And we appreciate all the time you've been spending with us. I know you're busy. You're actually working. It's a brand new job, so we're gonna let you go. We really appreciate you, but we're gonna make sure that we link your books up in the title too. By the way, before you go, we have your website up here, but are you guys on social media as well? Is the dispensary on social media?
Yeah, the dispensary is Herbal Alternatives.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Okay.
herbalalternatives.net on the web, but you said you're on the website, right?
Yeah, we have the website.
I am the real J Mills on everything. That's JAYMILL.
Okay, I hear you.
Yes, past the J.
All right. Well, we'll definitely get your Instagram up there too, and we really, the folks in the comments too are just really appreciative of you, and singing your praises. There's not too many strong black women out there who are like doing really good stuff and across like multiple verticals. So that's really amazing, and we're so lucky to have you on the show today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm excited. Shout out to Massachusetts. A lot of great work being done up there. Shout out to the homie Joseph Gilmore, good friend of mine. I was so inspired by the consumer council that was put together. Shalene, oh my gosh, just so I look to y'all for inspiration.
So
100%.
Shailene,
and a lot of the things that we're pushing for.
Shailene's gonna be on the show on Sunday. We're really psyched to have her on.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a fan from a distance. We just know each other online, like Facebook friends. But I'm 100% rooting for her.
I know.
And you all and the work that you do. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, we appreciate you. We'll have you back on again, and hopefully we'll get to connect with you in person and someday soon.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Stay safe.
Be well, Jay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Jay's awesome. He's really awesome. Yeah, Nick, I'm sorry I didn't ask if she liked Wu-Tang Clan. Actually, I don't know that she strikes me.
You want to know if any and everybody like Wu-Tang Clan.
Look, he put in all caps. It's very important.
It could be an ant walking. Like, yo, like Wu-Tang.
Yeah, Jason, she was awesome, wasn't she?
Okay, Jason. Jason got a love for chocolate. Nah, I'm messing with you, Jay.
Who's that?
I'm just messing with you, Jay.
Jen, you're not supposed to say that yet, Jen. That show's like another hour.
Jen. No, you don't have a winner. You take that winner and you put that in your little winner's box and you save it for later. You can't. No.
Jen's like, let me hose your contest. Hold on.
Yeah, let me hose it. Watch out.
Yeah, no. Jay Mills is really awesome. I actually can't wait to have her back on.
Okay, Jay, like don't stop talking. I love me some chocolate. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I jumps to the chocolate. That's what I'm talking about, Jay. Shout out to my man Jay holding it down.
Jen forgot which chat she was chatting in. She's like, I meant to just tell you that privately so you could announce it later.
Well, good thing you didn't say I have a winner, and the winner is.
You know, right? You know, Jen, your phone works in the car too.
Oh man!
But I get you.
You have to go pick up your kids. You're gonna
have trouble reading the comments. That's what she was. She was gonna have trouble keeping reading the comments while she was driving.
Oh well, now you see what Scott got to go through. Scott sacrificed all that stuff.
Yeah, Scott has.
He don't go pick up his kids. Scott has got to be on the computer.
Scott has 18 kids. He hasn't seen any of them in 6 months because he does this show.
Yeah, Jen. I don't need to hear no excuses. This is either you want to do this, or you can just quit now and we'll come up with the winner ourselves. We'll figure it out.
No, Jen. That's cool. No. It's a learning process.
Learning? What?
It's
you've been watching Scott for the last 41 days. He ain't took a break, and today was his first break, and today was your first day. So, there's no excuses, Jen.
Jen cost us like 300 comments. It's all right.
Come on, Jen.
So the Miss Grace, the winner, is apparently picked by Jen. It was somewhat arbitrary. She's just looking for, I think, the thing that connected with her the most.
No, Jen, we'll work around.
No, Jen, just
let us
me.
know.
Jen, just message me.
We just messing with you.
We'll announce it at the end of the show, so at least people will still watch, even if they stop.
Yeah,
commenting.
we don't ever announce nothing to the end of the show.
We
always know the answer within like the first hour.
Shows are good when people watch them, you know. No, we got you, Jen. We're just giving you shit. But no, Jen, just message me the winner and we'll announce it in a little bit.
What you mean, Amanda? I am Uncle of the Year. What you mean? I'm everybody's uncle. Uncle Eric. I need my medical card to recover from the corruption caused by watching and listening to this show. Excuse me, Ruben? Hey, bro, I think you need to go rewrite that and comment again. Cause if that's your final say, just know your comments ain't gonna be showing up on these pages no more. You better rewrite that to where it sound a little more positive towards us. We entertain you. I am chasing longhorn cow. Say, Trish, why are you chasing a longhorn cow? How you gonna do that and comment? You got some kind of superpowers you didn't tell us? LOL, let her get her kids. Nah, don't be defending her.
You're like,
Don't be defending
nah,
her. Unless you gonna take her spot, Amanda. Don't be defending her. Yeah, we ain't slacking for nobody.
Everyone all is acting like they run the show.
Yeah,
listen.
Yeah, Amanda.
Amanda's like, listen. Amanda's like, I come to watch this.
She
show.
win one prize, and now all of a sudden
I come to watch the show every day. She's like,
nah.
Amanda's like,
hey, Amanda, you got something to say? Say it in my DM. You got something to say it in there, and we'll get back to you in 27 to 30 business days.
Jeff. So Jeff, you can come here and hang out while we do the show if you need to get out. Actually, Jeff, it looks like you have a boat in your picture, so just drive up out in the water.
Who's Jeff?
Jeff Homan.
I didn't see that dude name. Us mommies gotta stick together.
No, we love Jen. It's a learning experience. We have our, we've never before really asked somebody to judge the other than Scott, the super fan. No one else has ever judged our contest before, right?
Adria
Nick, the intern, I booted you
Eric,
out before.
how you been? I heard you've been setting up our high school reunion. It's been 10 years since I seen you. Oh, hey! Somebody from my high school just. All right, that's kind of weird. I don't want people from my high school to see me. But hey, well, it's good to hear from you. I remember. Oh my God, long time no see. 10 years. No, I'm not setting up no high school reunion. Hell no. Nah. What I look like getting a whole school full of adults together to look at each other and get uglier. Nah, no, absolutely not.
Do it.
Did you just tell me to slide? Oh yeah, Amanda, I sure did. Hey, my DM's open. There ain't no lock button to get. Ain't no lock button to send a message. All you got to do is just type in what you want to say and push send.
Averill, welcome to the show, Averill. So. And we've switched over to him. So we have Pearson. Pearson, does your wife prefer it when I say Kennedy Crosby, or how do you?
Yeah, that's what I usually go with. So it's actually my mother's maiden name and my father's name.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's dope.
Okay.
So yeah, it's my birth name, Pearson Robert Kennedy Crosby.
Well, I have it. I have everything up there, including your middle initial. And you're the development director at Alaska Veterans Foundation. And we really appreciate you coming on again.
What's
super
up,
psyched.
buddy?
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I guess I was up early, doing some woodworking, turning some wood. That's what I was doing this morning. So I was like, I'll shoot them a text, see if they have an opening, and apparently you did. You have to listen to me now.
You smoked it?
How y'all doing?
We're doing all right. I don't think we didn't smoke. Like, it's the kind of morning where we have a smoke spot. Like, we don't smoke inside, right? So there's a smoke spot. So he was out there. I went out there and I'm like, hey, I came out because normally we smoke a certain amount, and I'm like, so I'm back out here because I'm ready for that. And he's like, what are you talking about? We already smoked. Like, already did all that smoking. And so it's that kind of morning where, like, I apparently maybe the weed needs to be stronger or something. I don't know what it is, but
there you go.
Oh yeah, we need some strong weed. Who got the weed?
I think I have some 30.24.
What? I just seen that, Amanda. I seen that.
Yeah, it's from One Hit
We're
Wonder.
gonna talk after this.
Yeah, Sparks Highway.
So wait, did you
I don't
say
think-
did you say you won that?
No, I got it, or I didn't get it. Megan got it at the. No, I don't buy weed very often, actually.
You just grow it. You grow it.
Yeah, actually, I typically grow. This is like the ends of 420. I have a very it's a love-hate relationship with 420
Why is that?
because I smoke all my weed.
Right. Yeah.
The only downside of smoking weed is that you don't have as much weed left.
Exactly.
Well, and it must be weird, not weird, but like I'm thinking about, I guess, being out in sort of a desolate area, like for instance, when Eric likes to joke about, king crab out there, and you're like, yeah, you have to like fly it in. There's no like king crab where I am. It's like probably more expensive where you are than it is where we are. So how does that affect people being able to get access to weed out there?
So all the cannabis up here is grown indoors. Fairbanks, where I'm currently 20 miles away from, is responsible for 50% of the state's cannabis production, both cultivation and manufacturing. So 90% of it's consumed and bought in Anchorage, but Fairbanks as a overall produces the most in one central location.
And that's where you are, right? Is Fairbanks?
Yeah, just outside of it.
Cool. I was just somebody in the audience was asking where you were in Alaska, and
Yeah.
I realized from last time. So I just updated your slide, so it finally says Fairbanks, Alaska. Alaska.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting industry up here. I guess I've been toying around with Massachusetts for a while, and started out with Alaska, and it's
So what do you usually? What do you eat all the time? What is your main
Eric loves
main
eating.
source
Eric loves
main
eating.
source of food out there?
I mean, I eat a lot of chicken.
Like you got your like
Eggs for breakfast. I got a couple goats that I haven't had to kill yet. So
what? Interesting.
why is it interesting? I'm sure that's exactly what you eat too.
No, I was just wondering because like it's like closer to nowhere, so I didn't know if you had like the regular like places to eat.
I mean, I guess the weirdest thing I've eaten up here, not weird, it's weird, was muktuk, which is whale.
Huh.
The natives up north are allowed to kill a whale a year, one whale. And I was at a bar one night. It was actually the first place I ever got weed in Alaska. It was a place called the Marlin. And I was sitting out in the back patio, smoking, and this dude came up with a Ziploc baggie full of this black and white like chunks of stuff, and he's like, "You want to try muktuk?" I'm like, "Sure, man. Why not? I'll try anything once or twice."
How was it?
It was like chewing on a tire.
Ooh.
It wasn't that. I wouldn't do it again. It's kind of like beaver stew.
Oh. I take it the beaver stew wasn't good when you tried that either.
Oh no, I didn't try it. I was warned not to. So. They say the beaver stew, the musher doesn't get out of sight before he shits himself.
Ah, okay. Well, it's, as far as like the whole whale thing goes, it's probably good that it's not like extra super delicious, considering even
It's
the natives
whale.
are only killing one a year, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a big animal. I haven't been up north.
Feed you the whole year.
bigger than chicken.
Yeah, a little bit, right? A little bit. No, I think Eric was more surprised about you saying that you ate a lot of chicken, just because like we know that stuff a lot of stuff needs to get flown. Although I guess there's.
Wait, no, I have. We have 8 chickens here.
So you just go around the back and just chop one up?
No. I usually get chicken in a can from Costco.
Oh,
but
okay.
Needs be. Yeah, I got chickens back there. They produce eggs and stuff. The goats are pretty worthless though. They don't do anything besides like.
Right, they just like eat weird stuff, right?
Oh, well, yeah, typical goats do, but not these motherfuckers. They're gonna buy food from Alaska Feed for it. I think it's 2 females, so it's not like they're producing. It's not like genome crossing in cannabis. It's 2 female goats always butting heads in the middle of the night. How's I can? And they're right next to my workshop. Bastards. Just funny. They're all right. I like them. I literally build like these things for them to jump around on. I think one of their names. So I've dubbed them Bella and the goat formerly known the goat formerly known as the Mothman Prophecies.
That's funny.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why I came up with it, but it was probably a hard acid trip or something.
Well, when you name your animals when you name your animals like that, it's much less likely for them to become like goat kebabs later, right?
Yeah, well, if you name your animal, yeah, then it's an actual being. You know?
Not me.
It's not like
Jeff
steak.
Jeff would be tossed up, chopped up.
Yeah, you probably name your co-host. You probably name your animals after your co-host and shit.
Yeah, I'm naming them all names that I don't like. So
yeah.
So
this is Jeffrey. This is Jonathan. Paul is over here. I hate Paul.
Exactly.
Pearson, I feel like we need to get a little care package together for you and ship it out to Alaska.
Yeah, we're starving up here.
Yeah, like send you some stuff that you don't normally like. That's probably a little tougher to get.
Krispy Kremes or some Wawa. Do you guys have Wawa? You guys have Wawa.
You don't get Krispy Kreme down there? Dang.
No, we're up.
You got Wingstop?
No, I think we have shit. We don't even we hardly have Snapple.
Damn.
Snapple, what?
Boy, you brought it right down to a basic level. Like Eric was trying to get granular, and you're
we
like,
don't have Chick-fil-A. We don't Chick-fil-A.
You're like, we don't have
grapes. We're getting a Sonic here soon. Man. We do have really good weed though. That's important.
Y'all got really good weed though. Shoot. Well, we'll send care package for care package. We'll send you some food that you missing, and you send us some we ain't had.
Yes, absolutely. CBD, 0.03 THC or less.
Exactly. Keep it nice and legit.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, but for real, Pearson, you should send us a short list of I don't know if we'll be able to get everything, but send us a little short list of stuff that you miss, and we'll try to send you a package.
Right on. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more appropriate. Inappropriate. But Eric, so a little birdie said that you have a nonprofit started.
Ooh.
Oh, who told you that? It must be some birds I ain't never met. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because there's only one bird that knew anyway.
It was on the air. So.
Oh, me.
No,
I was wondering where he's pointing, and I'm like, oh, I guess.
No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah.
I don't know. Is it flipped? I don't know. I'm pointing.
No, you right. You was pointing at the right direction.
Cool. Is this? Have you worked with nonprofits before?
No, this is my first nonprofit that I've opened it personally. I have worked with nonprofits though, like my teammates. During the season they have things that they do, go to hospitals, play with children, stuff like that. So I've worked with nonprofits, but this is my first time opening up my own personal one. So
Cool.
I'm learning as we go, just
Who's your
knowing what to do
target?
and stuff.
Yeah, like who are you targeting? Like who are you specifically trying to help right now?
So I wanted to go towards mental health. Mental health
Good.
is something
Very
that
good.
I take pride in personally
Your
for
mental
myself.
health or somebody else's mental health?
Well, I want to help athletes, but then I also want to help children that deals with mental health too.
Right
Um,
on.
it's an unseen disease. It's a hard disease to really determine. So, and I've dealt with a lot of mental health stuff, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety throughout my not just career but throughout my life. Just uh, overcoming battles that I've had to deal with, a lot of adversity, a lot of you know having to deal with a lot of mental control, physical control, just over time. And that's kind of what I wanted it to be designed around is helping people get out of tough situations, mentally battling through tough situations, you know understanding how to deal with mental situations, with tough situations, stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
and they're
it's
not alone. And I can tell by the way you're talking to me right now that you're actually very passionate about it. I'm glad to hear that you started this.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super passionate about it because,
No, I can
like I said,
tell. I
I've
can
had a
tell.
lot of mental breaks.
Every word you said, your face, your demeanor completely changed when I asked you that. I've been, I've been, I've been a part of nonprofits for and shit since 2008, 2009. I picked up my first officer position in the Marine Corps League, and it completely kept me. I mean, I screwed up a lot in between, but it kept me going, along with help with being responsible to people is what really changed, really got me through a lot of things. It wasn't something that I wasn't alone in it because I was responsible to the people that I was, I don't want to say in care, for lack of better words, in care of.
Mm.
People were looking up to me, and it kept me on the straight and narrow, and it kept me having a reason to be able to go to sleep and be able to wake up in the morning. And I'm really glad that you're doing something that you're passionate about in that regard.
Yeah,
Seriously.
and it does. It always feels good to make somebody's day, and that's what came with my being a football player. From the time I was at Nebraska.
I think you're a soccer player.
Hey, you know what? If I was a soccer player,
On football, right?
I still be playing right now if I was a soccer player. So,
Yeah.
but but I do is I take passion in it, and it's because football creates that environment where you got a lot of people look up to you, and then
Absolutely.
me coming from California, I went from California to Nebraska, and that was probably one of the biggest culture shocks, and one of the like most mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
mentally
a good
unready
sign.
for it too because I didn't understand. Like when I took my recruiting trip there, I kind of got a taste of it, but it was mostly snowing. It was a big blizzard when I took my recruiting trip, so I didn't get to see meet a lot of people or see nothing. I just kind of went to the basketball game and seen the snow for the first time, which was pretty crazy. I seen snow for the first time when I went to college, so
Yeah.
um, that was one of the that's what kind of like led me towards it. And then also Nebraska was just a football school. It wasn't just I knew that if I was going here that I was going to be able to focus on playing ball. So but when I got there, one of the craziest things that happened to me was I had just got there and I needed to go to the grocery store. So this was my first time going to the store out there, and I went to just a Walmart. And when I was in the Walmart, and usually, when you're in California, anybody who knows California knows people do not care about you at all. Like they don't show, like you do something, they're not like there to help you, And so it was kind of one
That's
of
what
them
I
things where I was in the store and I had dropped something. I don't remember what it was. I had dropped some. I was trying to grab a candy bar and dropped a bunch of them. And the lady, she like moved her cart to like hurry up and help me pick it up, so I wasn't because I was about to go next and stuff.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Nebraska was yeah.
And
That's
so
their
that,
welcome.
and so just
That's how
seeing that, and I'm like, well, thank you for helping me. She's like, oh yeah, no problem, no problem. And it was
yeah,
just so weird for me
yeah,
because I'm like, wow, these people are like extremely nice down here. This is so
yeah.
weird. It's
I know
like,
exactly what you mean. It's like from Philly to here, like you run off the side of the road and -20, like 3 feet of snow. Like my one time, the first time I got stuck in a ditch driving. Like before I could get out of the car, I had two people ready to hook me up and pull me out.
mm-hmm.
And it's just like you don't get that in places that
In them
don't
big
actually,
cities.
like everything's available, so people don't care about each other or they don't want to give you the time of the day.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, like here, I mean that's and literally, I mean that is seriously what has kept me here is like the relationships I've built here and being able to take care of each other.
Yeah, and that's also like being at Nebraska helped with learning about being a celebrity early. Having people know who you are, know more about you than you can remember. Just walking around. So that's kind of like how I was able to be able to adjust to you know having a Super Bowl ring because at Nebraska, it's kind of like I had that early feel for it, and when you're in college, you don't really expect that, but you get that in the D1 college. You don't really get that, and
yeah, but you're working your fucking ass off.
And then when you get to the league, you get that even more. But then also when you win a Super Bowl, it's like now everybody knows who you are. I mean, and I'm not sitting here saying like I'm like a well-known person. I'm not well-known. I'm one of I'm one of the smaller guys on the team, but people still recognize you or still have some kind of feel. It's almost like people can feel it, like they see you and they just like, yo, like you did something before, or you played football or something, huh?
It's you carry yourself differently.
Yeah, and so you just gotta learn that. You just gotta learn that everybody, that you're always under a microscope, and that everything that you do has, every action has a opposite, equal and opposite reaction.
It has an effect in some way. Yeah. No, I can't say I know what you mean on that level, but I understand what you and it's very good that you're humble about it,
and that's where I come with the mental health because going through all of this stuff, it's cool to have people know who you are, but sometimes it's stressful. Like you don't be wanting to be known all the time. Sometimes you don't want to be seen all the time, and sometimes you don't want to be in the spotlight all the time. And it can like you wake up on you wake up on a bad day and you in the spotlight. That's gonna be your spotlight that bad day.
That's gonna be like it could possibly be your reputation.
Exactly. So it's just one of them things where you gotta just be able to control yourself at all times and just understand what's going on. Always be self-aware. It's kind of what I think about it as, just being self-aware of.
Somebody's always watching. It's something that we learned in the Marine. I learned in the Marine Corps real early.
Oh yeah, someone's always watching. Exactly. So yeah, I think, but I like it. Like I said, I like it, man. It's good that I can help people. It's good that put smiles on kids' faces. That's the one thing that I love to see is a little kid, light up when they hear that you play ball.
Just remember why you're doing it. Make sure you're not doing it for anything other than why you're doing it.
Exactly.
And you just keep genuine with it, and you'll succeed. You'll help a lot of people.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Guarantee it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So anyway,
Mike, your turn, Mike. Mike turn.
I was just listening.
Yeah, it was a little deep. You weren't expecting that this early in the morning. Huh?
Hell nah. You guys hitting me with hard questions. I usually don't get asked many questions. So it's.
No, I know. Last time you were watching the comments, so I I decided to ask you some questions.
That's
were
good.
pretty.
Well, I like that.
Not that I didn't. I wasn't. It wasn't premeditated or anything, but
No, you good, man. No, I like it, man. You got me off guard. Got me woke up. Everything. All right, Mike, your turn.
Yeah, it was a nice. It was a nice. It was a nice combination with the cereal this morning. You got some food in them, and then some conversation.
I want to find a lighter and get stoned. Actually, you can talk among yourselves for a second.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Well, now we talking amongst ourselves. I honestly think
Craig,
that was
you
the
haven't
deepest discussion.
Craig,
well, thank you, Craig.
Well, Craig, there's also I think it was like show 3 or 4 or 5 or something. You actually had a really good conversation. We didn't show it until later though, because we recorded it. Remember the stream died. We didn't even know it.
Yeah, we gotta get Brandon back out here.
So there's Craig, if you go through the different shows, there's one with Craig. What's Craig's last name? Finney? I'm saying it wrong.
Craig.
No. Brandon.
Brandon Kinney. Yeah. BK.
Yeah, so Brandon Kinney. It was like show 10 or 12 or something like that, but you should go watch that discussion. That was pretty crazy. Good discussion. So Pearson, you're back. Did you find a lighter?
I did. I already took it too.
Nice.
We have lighter issues. They always end up under Eric's seat.
Hell nah.
They always end up in my pocket.
Hell nah. Hey, this dude loses more lighters than anybody.
No, I steal them. I steal them.
Yeah, he steals them.
I buy packs of matches now, like the big boxes of matches. And just
that's what we need to start doing. Getting the little matchsticks.
There's nothing worse than not having a light when you're like 15 miles outside of town and you just don't want to turn around.
Oh, hell, what? That long without a lighter, I'm finna pull over and start a fire. What the hell?
I know, right? That's why I throw matches all over the place.
Hey, I would have pulled over, put some sticks underneath the tire, and start burning rubber.
I've asked the state trooper for a fucking light one time while he pulled me over.
You had to hit the sirens on him, like, yo, hold on, stop.
I had like 200 pounds of cannabis on me, too. Shit.
Oh, that's funny.
That's bold.
Well, I mean, it was trim, so it wasn't flour. It was just
okay.
a bunch of 27-gallon fucking totes.
Like, hey, what you got in the back there? Oh, just some grass, some weekly clippings.
I told him where my pistol was, and
oh yeah, you got to out there, huh?
Yeah, I was still in the military. I was like, nope.
The gun laws and stuff out there is a lot worse, a lot stricter, aren't they?
No, we can conceal carry without a license here.
Holy shit! It's like there's the opposite.
Like my neighbors hate me right now because I was shooting. Oh shit! I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I've been shooting fireworks off and shooting my gun at like 12:30 in the morning.
Wow!
I just get lit.
Man, it's like Grand Theft Auto out there.
Well, they're like 2 miles away from me, so
yeah.
I didn't think they'd hear the tannerite.
Would they complain to you? Would they say something to you? Shot you an email? What they did? Send the owl? Send the pigeon?
It was. So I tell them every time I'm shooting, But
how you tell them? Would you text them?
I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna be shooting in a little bit, and that might be 6 o'clock. So what if I start shooting at 12:30 a.m.?
Oh man, that's funny.
No, but I gotta chill out though. I mean, I do like during the day I'll do like drills and stuff, but like when I don't know, like fireworks taped to your like AR-15 and stuff like that. I'm just joking. But yeah, no, I do drill. I have a setup down the hill, and I actually got some cool ass video the other day. I made a mount for my GoPro, or not my GoPro, old boy's GoPro. It's helped me out with fucking equipment that I'm not using at all right now. But this dude Gary is loaning me a bunch of his equipment to do these interview series on MassCan.
Okay.
And yeah, so his GoPro, I mounted on my wrist and did all pretty much like 4 or 5 drills with the pistol and the AR-15, and yeah, it actually came out pretty badass. I couldn't believe it. You just tape some. I didn't tape it, but GoPro on your wrist. It's amazing what it comes up with.
So do you mind talking about when you was in the Marines?
No, I don't give a shit. Oh, I mean, I do, but no, I don't care at all. You can ask me anything you like.
I was just gonna ask you like how was like the boot camp or whatever, like when you first got there, like the
boot camp. So the Marine Corps, I think the other branches do like a DEP program, the delayed entry program. So you can join like 17 years old in one day, but you're like following. You have these weekly meetups, and you do like initial strength tests, and you know camaraderie stuff. We did a whole like 2 days of like team building exercises and Fort APL. No, was it? It might have been Fort APL. Before I even got into boot camp. Boot camp was fucking crazy, man. Like boot camp was wild. It was like it didn't matter how. Like I was like the star fucking poolee. That's what they call you before you get in the Marine Corps boot camp. Then you're a recruit. Then you're a Marine if you make it. And like, I mean, I started taking people out on the runs and stuff on Thursdays when the recruiters didn't feel like it, and I fucking sucked at boot camp though. I'll tell you what, I feel so bad for all. There was a dude. He was the same height as me, and they shave all of our heads. And we like, if you have glasses, you're wearing these. We call them BCDs, no, BCDs. Birth control devices, yeah, BCDs. These fucking big ass prescription glasses. Everybody that had glasses had to wear them. You couldn't wear contacts. Obviously, it fucking sucked. They had me.
Like how they give you when you play sports, like the goggles.
No. I always had contacts. I was on varsity. Basketball, shit. I did JV volleyball, and I was like heavily into martial arts in high school. So, yeah. So it was a good transition for me, but I'm kind of a dick. So,
you watch UFC?
Perfect, right? What's that?
You watch UFC?
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with UFC. I guess since I moved up to Alaska, I've stopped watching television generally.
Oh yeah,
I'm very familiar with like a dude that I trained with in Philly. He'd always fucking kick my ass. Was on Ultimate Fighter, so I watched a little bit of that, but. I don't really care for. I don't know. I guess it's UFC is really. I don't know. It's changed over the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's got serious. That's why.
But it's like almost like whoever gets like you could just. It's just so unpredictable because of the rules. You're wearing 6-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
And you can just beat the fuck out of each other, and somebody's just gonna catch you at one point.
Yeah, I think the only rules is like when you can't knee somebody when they're down.
You can't. You can't
once if both of their hands are on the ground.
Yeah, you can't knee them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't do elbows down, north to south elbows.
Yeah, downward elbow is a big no-no.
That's how John Jones got disqualified.
Dude, that'll fuck you up, man. That is like all of your weight coming down on like
Hell
a
yeah.
it's not like a punch. Yeah, like that's how shit. I got my teeth knocked. This is like the third time I had these teeth out. It fucking sucks.
For real? Oh man, I had knocked my tooth out during the game too. Um, so this one right here, my front right one is fake, and initially I had cracked it because I dove into a 5 foot pool, but then they had put like a porcelain. I had dove. It was in Vegas. It was like 120 degrees at like 6
I
a.m.
don't like Vegas very much.
Yeah, it was bad. But I
Vegas
had cracked it, and so they had put a porcelain cover on it, and I was playing in a game, and I think we were playing the Bills, and I was running down on kickoff, and some dude tried to come and blindside me, and I just remember putting my shoulder down and hitting him, and then my helmet came unbuckled, and when it came unbuckled, my mouthpiece was still in, and so I had like took off my helmet and I pulled out my mouthpiece, and Johnny Manziel, I was just running on. He was running onto the field, and I was running off because he was like giving me a handshake because I had like made the tackle or whatever. And he was like, "Oh," I had looked at him and smiled, and he was like, "Oh shit." And I go, "What?" He go, "Yo, your tooth is missing." And I'm like, "What?" And so I look around and I look up at the camera, and it was like the big screen. And I smiled into the big screen. It's just like a whole cracked tooth. I'm like, yeah. So that was
Yeah, no, I love
that was a rough hit. When I hit him, I remember when I hit him, I bit down hard as heck on my thing. And when I looked at my mouthpiece, my tooth was still in it. Like the porcelain piece that they had glued on there was still in it. So yeah, I had to go get a whole new tooth.
Right on. The last time I broke my front teeth by rack in 2007. Right, I got a butt stroke to the base somewhere, and I didn't lock in a gun when I was sitting in a turret. I knocked them both out, and I waited until we got to Kuwait to start getting surgery and shit for it, and they were good up until like a year ago, and they had to pull them. So I'm waiting on the jaw to recuperate or some shit.
And you said you said what happened? You hit your mouth on a turn. You said.
On a 249 medium machine gun.
What?
But no, it was me though. It was like I didn't lock it out. Like the only time I was in a turret, like the one time.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's nothing. My story is nothing compared to that.
I know. I wasn't sure if I should talk about. I should have said. I felt really weird talking about that.
Oh no, you good, man. You good, man. Whatever. You don't have to say what you don't want to.
Oh no. I did, but it was just Sorry, this is a stone conversation right now.
No, I feel you. No, I'm already knowing.
No. It was terrible. I got flown to the USS Nassau when I was on the 22 MEO. And the big decks in the Navy, they get fucked with so bad. Like they're like it's like commander inspection every goddamn day. There's like five or six people on top of you on your rack. I couldn't turn over in my rack on the USS Nassau, and I was on bed rest for 2 weeks there.
Dang.
Like it was like, oh, you would hate it, dude.
Yeah. People are in the comments saying thank you for your service too.
Oh no. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
We all support you, man.
Yeah, no, it was a weird. I mean, that was weird. I can't believe I'm getting into this. But yeah, no. Living on a Navy vessel, interesting. We went to Spain, and Iraq, or Kuwait, back to Kuwait, and then Italy and France, which is cool. But I think the newspapers said Marines invade Italy again the next day, and in Italian. Like, for real. Like I was carrying my buddy back to the ship, and the cops fucking like lit up, reversed, and told us our commandant was on the ship, right? On the USS Austin. I'm like, what the fuck, commandant? It was it was a captain, commandant, I think, in Italian. I don't speak Italian anymore. You know, it's only there for a couple of days, but I think that means like captain. But commandant in the Marine Corps means the commandant of the Marine Corps. And when you're really drunk, you're fucking worried. Curfew was midnight. I think we had maybe 11. I don't know. I was really low ranking. The higher rank you are, the more time you get out, the more liberty on a Navy vessel, or when you're in port. It's yeah, military school. We had to walk along this. It was just this big sea barrier, right, in Italy. Was it Italy? Yeah, it was definitely Italy. And it was like a 20-foot wall of like stone. But like every once in a while, a shitload of fucking water would come over from the sea. It was literally like a wave would come over and just drench people. Like Marines getting off the fucking ship for like the first time in like 3 weeks, or like just got back from combat, you know. We ended up leaving a dude there. Yeah, no, Navy ships had to divert course to drop off a Marine to us on the USS Austin. Seriously, the first sergeant had him clean, or Gunny had him cleaning everything in a blue brig suit, like overalls, and toothbrush. Dude, for like weeks. Like weeks, this dude was cleaning with a toothbrush.
Nah,
Yeah. So yeah,
that's dope. So what is all the places you've been to?
So I've been to, I don't know, I've been to Maryland, Hawaii.
Outside of the United States.
I'm just fucking, yeah. With the military, I've been in. I went to Kuwait, to Iraq with a deployment. And if you're talking about deployments, but I lived in North Carolina, Grand Junction, Colorado for a little bit. Philly. I was born and raised in Philly.
Somebody said on a scale of 1 to 10, how stoned are you right now?
I'm pretty fucking stoned. I took a bong hit and it's way too early in the morning. I always tell myself this too, like, don't smoke while or before you talk to somebody on camera.
Why? You think? Oh, I know what you mean.
Because I just.
You just go on and go on. Yeah.
I talk. Yeah.
I do the same thing, man. But that's why I don't really smoke. I don't smoke too much before I go on the show.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Last time I didn't smoke.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's amusing.
Well, it's also the later part of the show, so everyone that's still watching are like the hardcore folks. So like they're happy with all of this.
Oh yeah, they loving this.
These are the folks that want us to go until for another 2 hours. You know
they just want to sit here and look at us for forever. I don't understand. It's so weird. No offense to y'all.
Well, no, I can't believe how, I mean, like, how there isn't like riots down there and shit. Like, shit, I would be like going crazy. Even like the last place I stayed in Philly, it was like,
Well, there is people that's heading up to like the Capitol buildings with guns and stuff, protesting.
oh yeah, no, I haven't heard about that. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember what city it was in,
It's not,
but
not cool.
I actually think it might have been Texas. But people were standing on the Capitol building with guns and stuff, protesting.
Oh yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I think Michigan. I thought I saw something about Michigan doing that also.
Might have been. Yeah, it was. It's a couple places where people are starting to get a little aggravated with.
Do either of you know anybody that like directly?
So, a friend of mine, mother, an old friend of mine's mother passed.
No one's ever said I have this virus to you.
Mm-mm.
Nope. No. There's no. In fact, again, it's just the only person I know. A friend of mine mother passed away, and I haven't seen her for like 10 years. But that's the closest for me. It's
Go on a regular basis.
But
I had a friend parent who got it too.
But nobody like directly. No one's ever said I have it.
But I have been talking to a lot of friends who are like medical professionals, and
oh yeah,
it is
yeah.
for them because it's interesting, Pearson, because like a lot of medical professionals are used to being around like people who are injured or even like people who pass, right?
Yeah, this is completely different. No, even I mean, like my cousin Perry called me and she was like, "Yo, you got enough diapers?" And like, I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm all right." And she's like, "Well, go get more." And I was like, "All right." She doesn't fuck around, you know. So, yeah, no, I've been taking this very seriously, but it's just like I don't know. I've seen what like, yeah, no, I think hopefully it's almost over. Alaska, we're allowed to have bars open again. We have, well, I think we hadn't had a case in 14 days, and then I think like 3 people got diagnosed or got tested positive for it. I guess is that the right term for it?
What's the term? I'm sorry.
No, it was tested positive for the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, around 2 weeks, and then they opened up the bars, and I think the next day, like 3 people.
Hey, how old are you, Pearson?
I keep on moving around. What's that?
How old are you?
34.
30. Oh, you're young. Young man.
Okay.
No, I'm only 20.
What do I look like?
Nah, you got a real mature, that you got that real like deep voice. So that's from probably being in the military and stuff. But it just makes you sound older than you are.
Oh yeah, no, I have grays too. And I've been like really focusing on work lately, and like just because we're not that, like, I think I'm just taking advantage of it because the BFW is closed, so I don't really have to do anything there, and yeah, so
You got a BMW.
I've just been work. Was that
You a BMW guy?
VFW?
VFW.
Oh, VFW.
Veterans. The veterans.
I thought you said I didn't drive my BMW in a while. I'm like, huh?
Oh yeah. No. I mean, there's not a lot of BMWs up here.
Nah, I didn't think so. I wouldn't think so.
My buddy has one. He's got like a.
You a car guy?
What's that?
You a car guy?
No, I mean, I like bicycles.
You like bikes? Like motorcycles, or you mean like nah?
No. I prefer a truck up here.
But if you what would be like yo like dream car without the weather involved?
Stretch Hummer.
Stretch Hummer for real? Stop
Yeah.
it. What are you gonna do?
I would want my truck back. My Chevy 1-ton.
Wow.
Okay.
Um,
No Nissan GTR, no Porsche, no Audi, Ferrari, Lambo.
I like CRX from like 1992.
The Honda CRX was an awesome car. So
Okay.
underrated. So underrated.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I just threw out something that I could remember from back then. Like high school, going the fastest I ever went.
I wanted a CRX when I was in high school. Hell yeah.
We all wanted CRXs.
Right?
We all wanted a car at least, you know.
Pearson, I remember my first car was and I think this was in like 91, let's say. It was like a 1981 Mustang, right? So when I went into school and I finally had gotten a car, and I'm telling some of my friends, "Oh, I finally got a car now. I don't need to like bum rides and stuff." And they're like, "Oh my God, that's awesome. What kind of car did you get?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a Mustang." And they're like, "Wow." And they're all excited, but I had gotten actually what Mustang owners consider to be the worst Mustang ever. So it was like a 4-cylinder. Yeah, it was a 4-cylinder automatic with like almost like no power. So everyone was like, "Wow, you got a Mustang, you're gonna be like racing on the streets." And I'm like, I can barely get it up to like 55 without this thing like shaking and wanting to fall apart.
That's when it gets its second wind.
Exactly, right? When the tires settle in and it stops shaking when you hit that certain speed.
Hell no. His tires shake off. You mean second wind?
Yeah, that would happen to me. My first car was a Mazda 3.
Okay.
Like it was a man blue fucking Mazda 3, like 2005 or something.
Oh, my first car was
man blue, big purple.
Was it a stick shift or automatic?
It was automatic, man. It would get me from Campus Gym to Philly in under $20.
Nice.
I had a 03 Ford Focus.
Don't quote me on that, but that was back in 2000. Shit.
I had a 03 Ford Focus in college, and that was my first car. It was black, and that car got me from Lincoln, Nebraska, to St. Louis, Missouri on one tank.
Yeah,
8-hour drive, going 65 on cruise control because I ain't had no money, but I wanted to see my girlfriend.
Yeah. I've been there.
It was a summer.
Gas just because you don't have 50 cents. New Jersey's killer with that. Those have like coin drops in the middle of nowhere. So they cross a little bridge. They do. They're like all the Jersey Shore. They're like all the small towns do. But
Pearson, do you like to sing?
do I like to sing? I mean, I do karaoke every once in a while.
Telling the shower duets is A1.
What?
Will you sing in a shower? Will you sing in a shower?
Oh no, I don't.
No?
No, the only time I sing is karaoke.
Man, I sing in the shower all the time.
Yeah.
I
got 2 young boys here, so it's like.
Because I don't know if you've ever seen the end of one of our shows, but usually Eric, at the end of every show, he sings us out.
So do I try to hit him with these vocals, man.
No.
I do it for all the guys with deep voices that will never become singers.
What do you sing?
What do I sing? What the going out show?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
he has his own lyrics that he came up with.
Yeah, it's just my own lyrics.
Like super early for me. So that's like I end up I catch the end of your guys' show every once in a while, and it's just like, yeah, that's what.
Because he's like a 5-hour difference.
Oh yeah, Yeah, so
It's 8 o'clock here.
I try to do the singing at the end of the show to let everybody know it's time for us to go.
Well, what's your inspiration then?
What's my inspiration on singing?
Yeah.
I said, I was saying it's for all the dudes with deep voices that would never have a chance to be a singer.
Oh, Elvis did it. Same thing with.
Oh, that was way back in the day when people had low expectations. Nowadays, everybody's expectations is super high, so it's kind of hard to hit that bar.
Well, you gotta be the catalyst to change that, man. I'm glad you're doing this.
Somebody in the comments is writing out the lyrics of what Eric sings every day, and it's pretty funny to see it in writing because he says that
I do. I basically give him crap about us being on the show for this long and not wanting to talk to them anymore because the show is too long and that we sit here and talk too long, which you can probably agree.
Yeah, you can just kick me out whenever, dog.
Oh, you can go out with us.
Well, that's why I was actually asking. I was thinking the two of you could actually sing us off the air.
Oh yeah, okay.
So hold on, Eric. Why don't you tell him the lyrics?
So usually,
no, I would have to write it down and shit. Okay, good.
Oh, it's not long. Look at man, I can't remember nothing. Look, let me tell you,
See how much I can remember.
As many hard hits as I'd have had. Let me tell you, my memory is I don't remember the words every day. I always they come up when I start singing.
So hold on before we get into this, because then you guys are gonna sing, and then that's because Pearson. Just so you know, when we first did this, we didn't plan it. He was just singing, and suddenly he said. And that's the end of the show. And I was like, bang, that's the end of the show. We didn't even talk about it. And that became the running thing. Every show, he suddenly starts to sing, and then he gets to a certain point, and I cut it off, right? But before that, I need to tell you guys who the winner is. I didn't want to end the show, and then people are going to go crazy.
They getting mad.
The winner of today's awesome free medical...
And they got to be on. Y'all better make sure.
Oh, no, she's on, because it's Sheila. Sheila, you won.
Oh,
Sheila, we're so happy for you. Sheila's been waiting for so long, and Sheila can actually use this certification. She
has been waiting.
So Sheila, you won.
For so
Congratulations.
Long.
We love you, Sheila.
You have
Thank
won.
You for watching every day.
Now you get gone. I'll just play.
Okay, so now go over some lyrics with him, so you guys.
All right. So the lyrics, usually I say, you know what that means. Usually he'll be finishing up something. And I'll go, you know what that means? It's the end of the show. And then I say, it's time for us to go because we don't want to talk to y'all no more.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I will try my best then.
So I'm going to do the, it's the end of the show. Time for us to go. You can say, because we don't want to talk to y'all no more. And then I'm going to say, and that's the end of the show. Peace.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's weird when I got to do it on command.
You want to go over it one more time?
I got to do it
one more time.
It's weird when I got to do
it. You got it.
It's the end of the show, and it's time for us to go.
And we don't want to talk to you no more.
And that's the end of the show. Peace. Appreciate that, man.